Yes, yes, y'all, and it don't stop. Does it go like that? Hey, it's a New York state of mind here with King Midas Collection boy Vaughn. Great time to be a New York sports fan. New York Knicks back in the Eastern Conference Finals for the first time in 25 years. It's exciting for me. It's exciting. I'm just excited. So, hey, we're not talking about sports though. We're talking about comic books. A lot of exciting things going on in the world of comics. The wheel keeps on turning, you know, and there's always exciting variants to show you guys, and that's what we're here for. King Midas, Deep Ink, The Vault. So let's get right to it. I think the books that we're going to be showing you again, we're still climbing back from all the weeklies that I was getting 2 weeks at a time, and then it would confirm shipment a week later, and then it would still take 10 days to get here. So we're getting like 2 weeks of comic books a month later, essentially. So couldn't tell you what month these came out in, but we're gonna just show you some cool looking books. Starting with Transformers issue number 18, because Daniel Warren Johnson is just one of the best modern artists right now. And if you're not reading the Energon Universe stuff, you really should be. Really should be. Peach Momoko was doing his kimono variants the other month, maybe last month, 2 months ago. Uncanny X-Men issue number 11 here with a Rogue. Next up, some Lucio Barrio, always donning the Vampirella goodness. They started doing black bag variants of these books, so there are adult versions of these. You guys can use your imagination as to where they could have potentially done that. But Vampirella has always had some awesome covers. So next up we have Web of Spider-Verse New Blood issue number 1. It's the variant here. Lucas Wernick. Is it Wernick maybe? Or Annie Wu? I don't know. Everyone's blending together. I only said Annie Wu because the signature on the bottom looked like it. It was a new Spider-Man character, like a vampire type in the Spider-Verse. I haven't been keeping up with any of the Spider-Verse characters in years. So there's like, 150 new Spider-Men, women, kids, all over the place. Wolverine issue number 7. It's a Stephen Platt variant. The Daniel Warren Johnson for issue number 8 is the one that you skyrocketed in price. It's been on top 10 lists last month or so. $40 book. Crazy. We'll get to it. It's in here somewhere. We'll get to it. X-Men. Another X-Men book, issue number 13. Ejikiri on the Storm. And then not to be outdone by the kimono variant, because there's one for every X-Men book that month that she did them. But here we go. More Peach Momoko goodness. I'm not sure who this character is. Who's this character, y'all? With the ice and fire here. Blend. We have Absolute Superman. Issue number 5? Yeah, 5. 5 on this one. Showing you guys this one because this is Sean Gordon Murphy. Again, one of the best in the modern era, in my opinion. Now that I think about it too, I bought a copy of Punk Rock Jesus to reread the trade paperback. It was like a new printing of it. I don't know what I did with it. I don't know where it's at. And kind of disappointed in myself because I really wanted to read it. But it's sitting in here somewhere. Next up, Birds of Prey issue 19. This was a connecting cover here. Dan Panosian. My fingers are on Barbara's face here, but yeah, I don't. Panosian's just killing it right now. Is that part of the book? Let me see. Yeah, they all have it. Okay. Oh, that was like color wrong. Next up, Jenny Frison, Birds of Prey, again, issue number 19. International Women's Day variant cover that she was doing across the board in the month of June. I think, though, I hope that I have all of them, because now I'm thinking about it, I don't remember seeing the Wonder Woman ones. They got to be sitting in the pot over there. They have to. I hope so. Tula Lotte on Aquaman, issue number 3. Beautiful covers. Oh, there's another one. So we got two of that one, two of that goodness there. And then, of course, again, International Women's Day, Jenny Frison on the mirror there. Beautiful stuff. Like I said, we have a fun little one here. There's a variant cover for Betty and Veronica, Friends Forever, Once Upon a Time, Beauty and the Burger. Get some Jughead in there. Modern Jughead is a fascinating character. Fascinating. Video games, as always, is our mantra, so picking up this new Assassin's Creed Mirage miniseries. Hoping to dive into that one, see what it's about. Seems pretty neat. Anyone playing Shadows or played through Shadows? The latest in the series. Batgirl issue number 5. Issue number 5. 5. Cinco. David Tulaski. Next up, I really enjoy these Superpower Collectors action figure variant covers that DC's been putting out. So this one for the Batgirl on Batman Adventures number 12, the first appearance of the Harley Quinn. Probably the most expensive book. I think that is the number one key from the 90s. Correct me if I'm wrong. If anyone was, some people will probably say Spawn just because of how much it's sold. But as far as price and rarity, I would probably Batman Adventures would probably be up there. All new Venom issue number 4. This is Gabriel Del Auto. Goodness here. Beautiful cover. And not to be outdone by a Momoko Kimono for Venom. So good to see that. Love it when Peach Momoko does a lot more horror-centric covers. We have some blanks for Sonic the Hedgehog X. The reason why I'm showing you this is because I bought each one of the covers. Big deal. And I think some artists can have a lot of fun drawing on those blanks. So I show that one specifically because I do have the 1 in 50 Virgin. So this is the cover A, but this is the Virgin of cover A. So I decided to pick that one up as well. Show that off real quick. Put that over there. Hopefully it doesn't fall. Miguel Mercado killing it on these Hello Darkness covers. Like scary stuff. You show this to kids and they just freak the hell out, I imagine. And not to be outdone, speaking of freaky covers, somebody who also does horror pretty well, Jenny Frison. Pretty grotesque there. As always, we buy multiple copies. We support our girl, Mrs. Frison. Doing great work. Keep it up. You're the best. All right, we got a ton of these. So let me just show you. We're trying to get in, spec with these Marvel Rival covers. So we got 3 of each. This is the Immortal Thor Loki cover. Of course, the only ones that really took off were the first 3 initially. It was a Venom, it was a Spider-Man cover. It was like Venom, Magic. It was the Magic cover, and a third one. The subsequent ones after those, people were kind of on board and were like, oh, these are hot. We got to get them now. So they don't command the price though. Those first 3 do because they just went out of print super quick. So another Rivals here, ASM 69. A couple of those. Fun stuff, but you know what? I've come to find out when big retailers like Third Eye Comics do their 10 sales, these variants still aren't the ones that you find that they have multiple copies of. Maybe they do, and people get them early. That's why you got to be first in line for these things. I don't know. It's all speculation, right? But I do tend to notice that there's a lot of the variants that I buy. The cover Bs and the cover Cs that I like from the artists that I enjoy, they do sell because that's other people like them too. You have to have a good eye for good art. Doctor Strange of Asgard, issue number 1, Marvel Rivals, a couple of those. World War V, issue number 7. I don't know who this is here. Santa Fung. Imagine your name being Santa. Santa is interesting name. Interesting. I love my reprints, guys. So here we are. Ninja Turtles Naruto crossover issue number 1. This is the 2nd print. I don't know if it went to 3rd print. If it did, it seems like a book that would have gone to 3rd print. I would have missed it. Didn't get it. Iron Man issue number 6, Ian Bertram here. This cover just looks super dynamic, super sick, holding this sword here, this this crazy looking sword. It's like a Cloud's Buster sword almost. 2 different issues of Thundercats for issue number 13. I believe it's already out. We're on issue 15, 16 of this now, which I might have already shown you guys, to be honest. But we got Felipe Massafara on the left there, and then Lucio Parillo on the right. Good stuff. Next up, another blank, but we know what this is. Detective Comics issue number 31. 31, the iconic Batman Ghost cover that Neil Adams, redid. But we were showing you the blank because we also bought the foil of it. It's just sick. I like that they're doing these foil facsimiles. They're some of my favorites. I know a lot of other people frown on it, but I do enjoy them. And to top it off, because we showed you one Batman Adventures 12, here's the facsimile foil. First appearance of Harley Quinn. Next up, I bought like 10 of these because I do believe that this cover, even though it is FOC, wasn't a variant or anything, down the line will be one of the more sought after Adam Hughes covers that you'll want in your collection if you collect Adam Hughes. Pop Kill issue number 3. Need we say more on this cover? The the soda, the hot dog, the the sticker. Woo! Good cover. So I picked up a ton of those because that's a big long-term spec there. Speaking of more long-term spec, because you're not going to find these anywhere, this is Vampirella 675, I believe. Hope so. The 1 in 50 Virgin variant cover. Jenny Frison doing the Lord's work. Doing the Lord's work. That's all I gotta say about that. I'm glad. And you know what's funny? This is the final 1 in 50 that we ordered for 30% off from Things from Another World. Shout out to you guys. Even though we've had an up and down relationship. Next up, we got the Stitches issue number 3 from I think it's Keen Spot. So just a foil cover here, but it's just like a sick skull with this gas mask cover. Punk rock. It's awesome, dude. And this is actually, I think it's, speaking of Things from Another World, this is one of their final exclusives that they did. I'm sure they're going to still do exclusives because they're still a store. So they'll have their own unique exclusives in their store. But this is Ninja Turtles, The Last Ronin 2, Re-Evolution, the last issue. They did a John Boy Myers connecting cover for issues 1 through 5. I ordered these when the series first dropped and paid right off the bat for all 6 of them. They got delayed a lot of the series. So the last issue finally came out. They said, hey, we're still going to honor this even after the online store closed to make sure that their customers who pre-ordered it, still received their copy of it. So pretty cool gesture at the end. However, it would have been nice to have like a note, like, hey, thanks for being a valued customer for all these years. Dropping quite literally 5 figures of money in the last 6 years to this store, so and it is what it is. That's it. So we did a little bit of hunting today. Didn't come up with anything extraordinary. We went to go look at a collection, but it was one of those collections where somebody's like, hey, we buy storage units. There's a bunch of comic boxes unpicked. We don't look through them. We don't know anything about comics, but we know enough to sell them, how to sell them, because we've been doing it a long time. So we go check this out. We look at the listing and the photos. They were doctored, in my opinion. You can clearly see an ASM 72, 73. It was the first Prowler, kind of behind 3 or 4 like fodder late 80s, 90s comic books. So like, oh, that's a plant. That's definitely a plant. There was another picture that had a 12-cent flash, like kind of sitting around. So we're like, well, you're telling me that it hasn't been, you haven't gone through them, okay? So there might be more Silver Age. So we went and looked. Exactly what we thought it was going to be. Somebody was closing out a store, or maybe it was another person during the COVID time frame that was trying to get into selling comics, bought a bunch of bulk, and just sat on it and couldn't do anything with it. Unfortunately, when it sits in a storage unit, especially in this area in the summertime, you know, those books, if they're not bagged and boarded, are still going to get damaged. So a lot of them were, I'm not going to say water damage, they had some sort of soil damage on it. Some of them were faded. The rest of them just, being in bag issue bins. You know, you're going to accrue spine ticks and just be in terrible shape, which is why they were in there. Some of the boxes were labeled 50 cent. So we could tell that this was somebody's bulk section of books. We try to offer like a really, really low number for it. I always take volume because I can move it. And I like my customers to be able to like have a robust dollar book section so that they can pick stuff out from their collections or fill holes that they have. So there was a lot of that. There was actually a decent amount of $5 to $10 books as well, but you know, there's a lot of condition hits on some of them, or like low print things for me. For other collectors like myself who are looking for video game tie-in stuff, they had a little bit of the run of Gears of War, the final couple issues. Those are hard to find. So, excuse me, near mint copies of those can go upwards of 20, 25, 30 bucks. So final issue, I believe, is more than that. So they had those issues 22, 23 in there. But again, no, the spine was okay, but it had all these color rub and fading marks of just sitting in this storage unit that just ruined the entire book. It was just faded. And I was like, man. And there was a lot of that. We came across a lot of that. So unfortunately, we didn't come away with it. We're not really sure if we can buy it later on. We left a number and said, like, let other people look at it. If you don't have any buyers and you need to move it, absolutely just get rid of it because it takes up so much space. Comic boxes are so heavy. Give us a call. We'll take it. And then we'll end up throwing out a lot of it, sure. But you guys can do the math. We all know how long boxes work. You know, 250 to 300 books in a box. You do the math. You do $1 each. You know, you'll come up with something, right? So we'll see. I'm not holding my breath. Anyway, we also checked out another store in Havre de Grace. We've been there before. Havre de Grace, Maryland, excuse me, for anyone that's watching anywhere else as I ramble. We found a couple of things that were interesting. So first up, we're going to show you this Grimm Fairy Tales issue number 1 from 2005. An interesting copy here. This is the second print. Unfortunately, it's not the first print, but the second print still goes for, as you can see at the bottom, $24.99. That's about the price point for a second print. It's in demand, low print. You didn't see this one as much. And it's still Grimm Fairy Tales 1. Issue 1 is got a nice little price tag on it as well. But you guys saw the sticker too. There are 2 signatures on this book. So what the owner was telling me was that, you know, one of the conventions that rode into town had Tedesco there. I believe Tedesco is one of these signatures. I'll have to look it up and verify, but this book is mint. It's near mint. JSA exists. We can probably get it, you know, certified, authenticated, and go from there. And hey, it's a rare second print as is of a series from Zenescope that people actually like. If you collect Zenescope stuff, with 2 signatures of individuals that worked on that book, I thought it was a win-win for that price. 25 bucks. We'll take it all day. Now this one was fascinating. This one was just on one of the racks. He had a lot of his more notable books behind a glass case that you had to open up and look, but this one was just, you know, sitting on a shelf. And as soon as I saw the cover, I knew what it was. As soon as I saw the price, I couldn't believe it, and was wondering if there was like some other damage to it, but there was a lot of other books behind the glass case that had some damage that had high prices on it. So what I'm going to show you is a magazine. It's a comic book magazine, kind of like Marvel Age and Foom, along those lines. This one came out in 1983, September 1983, and features the first published artwork from Todd McFarlane. And what we're going to show you guys is the Comics Journal, issue number 84. I was like, what? I know this cover like immediately. I was like, that's something that has something to do with Todd McFarlane. So I was like, let's scoop it up. And sure enough, I think this was a steal. It was such a cool find, right? Because a lot of people aren't paying attention to these magazines and considering them any kind of like notable first. So I'm looking at the back. There is some noticeable color rub. It is a little wavy. I'm not really sure what page this is on. So in the subsequent, actually, I'll probably put it on the Instagram. So I'll take a picture on Instagram for you guys to check out over at King Midas Collects. The link is down in the bio below for you guys to check out for this insert of Coyote that McFarlane had in his Comics Journal. So I thought that was really cool. Last but not least, we're going to do this together. So this is a long video, guys. But again, I'm going to leave this up for more for the Instagram side of things, but only do one of these. But something unique came out this past week that everyone has been raving about and going to whatnot and probably spending too much money, way too much money on these things. And it's a gimmick. I think y'all know exactly what I'm talking about after I say that this is a gimmick. Well, I am so sorry that I'm coughing. There's some sort of remnants of this nasal drip that is just tearing my throat up. All right, so they did a horrible job. Shout out to Third Eye Comics for, even though they're just down the road, can't seem to like they're forcing stuff into this Gemini, y'all. I just don't understand why people are forcing things in these Gemini mailers when they don't have to. Just to like, oh man, we did it. We got the room in there. Sorry about that. Sorry to make you guys wait like that. So these are the Battle Beast blind bags, y'all. We got like 8 of these here, and looks like they're tagged a bit. That sucks. Oh, let's not put that on there. I gotta keep that Comics Journal intact, y'all. So here you go. Battle Beast blind bag. We're only going to open one. I'm going to reserve the rest for the Instagram. But real quick, just want to show you too. There is a little bit of a slight tear on the top there. So yeah, it's about a fine plus, very fine copy of this book, of that magazine. But still, it's such a, you just don't see anyone with it. So I'm like very happy to add that to the collection. So let's open up this Battle Beast and see what we get here. What are we getting? The 1 in 1000 is the chase, right? You can get an early copy of issue number 2, which is kind of cool. I'm probably going to leave a couple of these unopened since I have so many of them. And I still have more on the way, too, that I bought from this week. I had some shop cash that was laying around. And so Third Eye was like, hey, we're selling this. Do you want it? I was like, $3.99 a piece? Sure. So let's see what we got. right, Marvel team up. I think these are the ones that people are looking for, right? You want the Marvel team up. Image, Marvel, Spider-Man meets Invincible. I actually do own 2 copies of this, the OG Marvel version. Robert Kirkman wrote it. Really cool to find. What is it? Because you people are only getting like the cover A's or like the sketch covers, but getting one of the variants is really cool. So we'll see in the other ones what we got. So are all of them foil, or is this one like unique because it is foil? You'll have to let me know. But I just want to open up one so that the video doesn't go too long. Really, really fun to get one of those. I saw somebody open 10 of them up and only got like cover A's and the sketch. So I was like, oh no, that's not what you want to do. But it's fun. It's a gimmick. I think more companies should probably do this because they know how it is on Whatnot and what people do with their money. Yeah, you can frown upon it, but people are going to spend money on it to crack, like cracking packs, right? Of magic cards, sports cards, whatever. Anyway, I've rambled too long. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. It's been a while, so I wanted to go a little long for you. Even though we didn't show as many books as a typical video, and I'm coughing. I am so sorry. So we'll wrap it up. Thank you so much. Until next time, check out the website, demoncollectibles.com, for all your comic book needs. And hey, join the newsletter. Let us know if you're looking for anything in particular, especially Invincible books, because a lot of people want Invincible right now, and we got a few of those. So until next time, bag and boredom. I'll take it easy.